Have you figured out your niche? Are you helping adding value to other people's lives? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to Munira's Musings with your host, co-author of Conversations with Top Real Estate Investors Volume 3, Munira Zahabi.
Greetings from Chicagoland. This is Munira, your host for Munira's Musings. Welcome to another edition. How are you this morning? My guest today is here from Egypt. So she's not
Hi.
and she's a German. So we'll find out a little bit more about that. My friend here is Sina Helmke, and she is, a marketing strategist. And she's going to talk about all of that. And we all know how marketing is so important for our businesses, right? Thank you so much for being here, Sina. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me here. I'm very glad. Good morning from Dahab in Egypt.
Good morning. Yeah, and it's morning in America. It's afternoon in Egypt, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's afternoon here.
Okay. So a little bit about who I am, what I do, and why this show is what it is. My name is Munira Zahabi. I'm the niche navigator, and I help coaches and businesspreneurs find and market to their niche. There's a lot of coaches out there who help you build your business, but a niche is your corner foundation stone that helps you build on your business. So, having a niche is very important, and that's what I do, because you want to change your passion to profession, and that's where I come in. Munira's Musings is a show that came into being when I saw extraordinary people doing extraordinary stuff. It's usually supposed to be ordinary people doing extraordinary stuff, but those people who are doing extraordinary things are the ones that make themselves extraordinary, because they've taken that first step to do something out of their comfort zone. And I'm so intrigued about it, so that allows me to stand here and interview them through their journey of their niches. Why, what, when, how, and those are the questions that's going to come to you. And, this is a show that promotes people. I find them, I promote them by exposing them on my show. So thank you so much, Sina. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So last time we talked, you were in Bali.
Exactly.
And, so I want to put this in people's heads, because, you can take your business anywhere, and that's what you're doing. But before we go to that question, I want to know a little bit about yourself, if you could tell me that.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Sina, as you already introduced me. I'm normally based in Hamburg in Germany. Right now I'm in Dahab in Egypt, and last week I was on Bali. So my business is a remote business. I can basically work from anywhere in the world. And what I do is I'm the founder of Marketing for Changemakers, and it is a business, or I basically help social entrepreneurs and businesses to create strong and ethical marketing strategies and bring them to practice. So I only work with purpose-driven people, purpose-driven businesses. And as you already said, marketing is so important, and it is my mission and my aim to help those amazing people with great ideas that really can have an impact in our world to build strong marketing strategies to make their projects more known and to gain more media coverage, so that they can really increase their impact that they have with their business.
That's awesome. How did you fall into this strategy?
How did I fall into this? So my background is marketing and sales, and I founded Marketing for Changemakers, or what I do right now. It was called Eco-Marketer before. I recently changed the name, but I'm self-employed now for 2 years. Before that, I was an employee, and I was, as I just said, also working in marketing and sales. But I was always missing an impact in my last job, and that, in the end, I was losing my motivation. So I quit my job and decided to start something by myself. And I always liked marketing, and I really enjoyed it. So I decided to work with social entrepreneurs because they have like strong values I can relate to. They have a mission and they really want to achieve something positive. And this was like the first step when I started out. And yeah, ever since I think we will talk about it later more in detail, but this was like my first niche, social entrepreneurs. But of course, in my whole journey, I was niching it a little bit more down, because I realized when I was working with my clients and people, and that my niche got clearer and clearer with every customer and with every step I did in my business.
So what I hear you saying is that even though you want to start your business, just start it, and then you'll get clearer because the fogginess is going to fade, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was definitely the case in my business.
And I like that because, you know, as I train my clientele and, you know, teach them along this way, the first step is they want to do everything, and they start doing everything and they get overwhelmed, and then they realize that they have to niche down. But many people, I don't know how it was for you, but many people, when they are trying to niche down, they want to be so perfect, one, and two, they don't know what to niche down to, right? So I don't know how fast you figured that out, but you know, the faster you figure out the niche, the better it is, right? It's a foundation.
Yeah.
You can have several niches after that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the beginning for me, it was a little bit hard because when I started out, I had feeling, oh, great, I can work with those people, and there's so many possibilities and so many options. And I quickly realized, as you just mentioned, it kind of overwhelmed me. It was just too much. And it was also hard to, especially when it comes to marketing, when it comes to creating content and messages, to create messages that connect with all those different types of people. So that makes it even more overwhelming. So, and I also, what was very important for me in this whole process of niching it down was also to sit down and take some time to reflect on, like, with whom do I really want to work with whom do I really enjoy to work with, and being very open, clear, and honest about this, and taking this also into consideration of niching down.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for bringing that up. You know, so let me, you know, so you've now become a marketing strategist, and you're helping people all over the world. I believe you were in Bali, Egypt. And I say that because, you know, a little bit of me is a little jealous that you're traveling so much, you know, and that's the truth. But you're going to these beautiful places where there's ocean and the breeze and the food. Oh my God. But that could be another story. But here's the thing. How are you taking your business, you know, your business, and going to different places? Do you have clients, or do you go out and then work with the clients at home? So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's both actually. So when I started my business, it was clear from the beginning that I want to have a remote business, because for me, freedom and flexibility is like my top one value in my personal life. So when I created my business, I created it right from the beginning as a remote business. And although I'm based in Hamburg, right now I don't even have one client from Hamburg. So my clients are based everywhere in the world. I was recently working with someone from Kenya. Recently I was on Bali, now I'm in Egypt. So thanks to the internet, it is very easy to build up a remote business. And when I'm traveling, it is both. I have sometimes clients in this spot where I am right now, but sometimes I just go to a particular place because I just like the place. And I would say it's 20% having clients in this place and 80% working with clients on, like, for example, I use Zoom or other tools. So I work with them over video calls, video chats, and emails and everything. So I basically do a lot of one-on-one coachings on marketing and building marketing strategies, and they basically take place on Zoom.
That, you know, you're living the life of an entrepreneur, right? So how long did it take from figuring out what you wanted to do and then starting to do it internationally, traveling, and then having clients everywhere. So how long was that? I mean, you said that you started 2 years ago.
Yeah, I started 2 years ago. In the beginning, I started as a classical freelancer. So I was basically doing marketing for those social entrepreneurs or those social businesses. I didn't do that many coachings, and I was more helping them bringing their marketing to practice and not really helping them to develop the strategies. And after, I would say, 4 to 6 months, I realized that for me, I enjoy way more to create strategies, and I'm more a strategist, and I'm better in this as well. So I shifted my business and made it like more coaching business, marketing coaching business. And I think it took me in total a whole year to have the setup I have right now. But during this whole process, I was earning money. I was already like financially sustainable.
Oh, good. Okay. So that's what you want. So it's the reason I ask you this, and I ask these questions in a funny sort of way to everybody, because there is a way out, right? You are tired of your job, or you are making a transition. You are doing all of those things, and taking the first step counts, and then getting better at it. Because my coach and my mentor is Paul Martinelli, who says you have to build your wings on your when you leap, right? You have to do that, because you can't say, I'm going to take this size. It's not one size fits all. You have to figure that out. Depends on where you're flying from. You know, you could be flying from a bush or flying from a tree, from a mountain, who knows, right? So that's how you go.
Yeah.
That's perfect. So I like your story. I love the way you're articulating your business and strategy and all. What do you see people are not doing? And can you share a few tips?
Yeah. So what I see people are not doing is actually building a marketing strategy before they start their marketing. Of course, most people that start businesses know that marketing is important. Everyone knows it. But they basically, maybe they heard Facebook is a good tool, Instagram is a good tool, you should start a YouTube channel, you should have a blog, you should do this or that. So they just do copy paste and post random messages on Facebook, for example, but they don't really have a message behind it. They do the third step before they did the first or the second step. And like what I would suggest and what I think is very important in the beginning is to sit down, take some time. It doesn't have to be a week or a month, but just take one day and sit down and really make clear what is your brand, what is your brand identity, what is your brand mission, what are the promises, your brand promises you want to share with your audience, for example. What is the right voice? Who is your target group you're talking to? And then create messages that are interesting for your target group. And I advise everyone to sit down and create a brand book so that you have everything in one folder, for example. And from this on, and what I also always do with my clients when we create the marketing strategies is that we build all those strategies on their personal and their business values. So we sit down and then they write down what are their values and how can they integrate them in the marketing as well.
You said something, marketing budget. You know, that was something, you know, the light went off. How much money do you need per year or per month for marketing?
It depends on the business. It depends on the target group. If you're just starting out, you don't need much money for marketing, because luckily we have so many tools we can use that are for free. Like if you use Facebook, it's for free. Instagram is for free. You can start a blog, it's for free. You can have a podcast, which is for free. You can use YouTube, which is for free. But of course, it takes a lot of time. So especially in the beginning, it's sometimes you can do all this, although you can use all those channels for free. But if you're just a single entrepreneur and you don't have a team around you and you want to create a podcast, you want to have a YouTube channel, you want to have a Facebook channel, then basically your whole day is packed with creating messages and content for all those channels. But yeah, it's a hard question. There's not a specific number that I can say that.
So use the tools that you have for now first.
Exactly.
But
And
every time you start talking, I'm sorry to interrupt, but every time you start whatever you write has to have a message behind it.
Yes, it has to have a message behind it. That's very important. And also when it comes to marketing, especially for the social business I work with, I always advise them that they should use their marketing to educate their audience. So I think your marketing shouldn't be based on emotions like fear or creating artificial need in your customers so that they buy your products or your services, but really educate them on what you are doing, and don't treat them as customers, treat them more like ambassadors for your business and for your brand. And also one advice I want to share is if you're starting out, don't focus on too many channels. If you're just a business beginner, focus on maximum 3 channels. I would even say 1 or 2 in the beginning, and really master them and have a strategy for them and build an audience on this particular channel, and then reach out to the next channel.
So you mean channel as in like Facebook or Instagram, just 1 or 2, and then don't do it everywhere. Okay.
Exactly.
I like the fact that you're sharing that, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You want to, when you're taking your passion to profession and you're growing as an entrepreneur, you want to love what you do. You want to smile, and at the end of the day, you impacted somebody's life, compared to, oh my God, I have to do something. That's a feeling that every entrepreneur that I've spoken to has. And, we need to enjoy the work we are doing. That's why we are not at the job we were at, or we are at, that we want to make the change, right? How does somebody contact you?
You can go to my website, marketing-for-changemakers.com. You can contact me on Facebook, Marketing for Changemakers. I also have an Instagram channel, which I recently started. And you can always send me an email, hello@marketing-for-changemakers.com. And if you have any questions or you want to reach out, feel free to contact me. I am very happy to answer questions.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for being on my show. I am honored and humbled to have a wonderful strategist here who is making it and living her life, because she's everywhere in freedom and, what did you say, flexibility, right?
Flexibility, yes. Flexibility. It goes hand in hand, freedom and flexibility, I would say.
You could have freedom, but you may not be flexible. But this is what makes your business grow. It makes you enticing, and I am a little bit jealous of you, but that's okay. Just so that you're in good places, Enjoy the food, enjoy the weather, and thank you so much.
I will. Thank you.
Go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to be a guest on our show, just PM me. I'm Munira Zahabi. There's only one in the world. And come on my show. Let's be a guest and let's talk about your niches. Thank you. Bye from Munira's Musings. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Munira's Musings with your host, Munira Zahabi. If you enjoyed our show, please share and subscribe to this channel.